This is episode 608. Today we're going to be talking about some self-motivating tips to achieve success. How much of your time, think about it, just consider this question. How much of your time do you spend seeking motivation from external forces? That could be a movie, that could be a song, that could be a person, that could even actually be a goal that could inspire you. But all these are external forces. How often do you get it and how long does it last? If it's a song, it may last as long as the song is. If it's a movie or a video, it may last that long. There may be some residual effect afterwards. It could be a person that inspires you, but really, how long does that motivation last? Is it sustainable for very long periods of time? Your typical experience is probably that external motivation has an expiration date, diminishing returns, right? It stops providing that motivation after a while. You could even look at successful people and feel motivated by their success. But again, that's external, and at some point we become numb to the or used to the external motivation or external factors that are motivating us. But what happens when you're unable to achieve similar success in short order or long order? What happens? You get motivated, you go after it. You see somebody who is successful, you go after it. You go this, and maybe you don't reach it in the time that you think you should, which is another topic altogether. How'd you come up with that date? But what happens when we go after something and then we don't achieve it? Luckily, there are certain strategies you can apply in order to motivate yourself. And this is what happens is when we start reaching this dip. Seth Godin has a great book out there called The Dip. It's about going after your goals and hitting these dips and what happens when you are in this dip. How do you get out of it? Well, I'm going to go over some of those strategies. Again, motivation is external forces and inspiration is internal. Some people use those words interchangeably, but we want to take a look at what can you do when your energy is running low? What can you do when you just, quote, don't feel like it, unquote? And you want to get yourself fired up. Well, make the following exercises part of your daily regime. So I'm going to go through some of these things. And if you make them part of your everyday mantras, everyday rituals, everyday meditations, they will become ingrained within you, within your unconscious mind, and you'll be able to achieve that motivation for a longer period of time. Number one, love the person in the mirror. If you're not motivated by yourself or inspired by yourself, nobody's going to be able to motivate or inspire you. You need to look at that person in the mirror and love that person and appreciate that person. Appreciate all the valleys and the peaks that person in the mirror has gone through, how they've made it this far, what have they done, what have they accomplished, what obstacles have they conquered. So really look at that person. It's just not, oh, I don't like the color of my hair, or I don't like this, or that. No, look at that person and really, really love them. Because when you love that person in the mirror, you'll be motivated like crazy to make sure you respect that person and provide the abundance that person actually really deserves. Accept your stage in life. That is, if you're 14, 24, 34, 64, 74, that's where you are. Accept it. What happens is a lot of times we don't want to accept our age. Oh, I hit the big 3-0, I hit the big 4-0, and we start to act like we're 104 and we don't accept it, and we start modifying our behaviors and we start being demotivated. But if you accept that stage in life and use that as a springboard use that as a reason, not an excuse, right? We all have good excuses. Well, we don't have good excuses. We all have excuses for not doing something because of the stage of life we're in. Well, I'm too young to start a business. I'm too old to start a business. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have an education. But when you turn that excuse into a reason. Because I'm this, I'm going to do this. Because I'm that, I'm going to do this. That's accepting your stage in life. Accept where you are and use it as a springboard, as a reason to go after your dreams, to go after your goals, to go after your success. You want to accept it and then leverage the heck out of it. Surround yourself with positive energy. This means your family, friends, coworkers, what you watch, what you hear, and what you read. This means that it is very, very, very important that you know the difference between positive and quote negative. People may be saying, "Well, I'm just telling you the facts." Well, it depends on those facts, how they add some verbiage to it, how they put their own editorial opinion on some facts. And when we can surround ourselves more and more with, we'll call it positive energy, you may even want to look at it as empowering energy, energy that empowers you to move forward. You will surround yourself with, so there's nothing wrong with videos. There are some great videos and movies out there that can empower us. There's some great songs that can empower us. There's some great books that can empower us. There are great people, biographies that can empower us. There are so many opportunities out there to surround ourselves with this empowering positive energy. There is no reason whatsoever to infect ourselves, infect our psyche with disempowering negative energy. Even if we think we're doing the person a favor by listening to their complaints, we're not. We're not doing them any good and we're not doing ourselves any good because the person's just complaining and you ask them what their solution is, they don't have one. So what good is it? It serves no good to listen and be the garbage disposal for other people. You have to protect yourself. You have your life. You have your success. There are ways that you can work with friends and family when they're going through challenging situations, but you just don't want to sit there and be a dumpster. Help others from the goodness of your heart. So these two could go very much hand in glove. You have a friend that's having a tough situation. They're complaining, complaining, complaining. What's your solution? I don't have any. Well, then you can start to help that person. Maybe help them see the learnings of the situation. Help them see maybe an alternative path that they never thought of before. And you can just help others from the goodness of your heart. When you come from your heart to help others, whether it's holding the door for somebody, writing a letter because of their lack of understanding of grammar and English, or whatever it is, when you help people from the goodness of your heart, you will be so inspired to help others because the rewards you're going to get by the smile on the face, by the thank yous, by all the, and this doesn't mean that you have to give money, right? There are so many ways you can be of service, random acts of kindness. But when you can do that on a regular basis, every single day, do one random act of kindness from your heart, not because you're keeping a scorecard, you're going to see a huge shift in your motivational energy. Then focus on smaller goals. We have these huge goals and we get these big, hairy, audacious goals. We get all fired up. And 2 days later, we go, you know what? That's so far in the future. I'll wait for it. Or that's so big. I'll never achieve it. Well, in order to do, you've heard the old expression, how you eat an elephant one bite at a time. Same thing here. If you have a goal, even if you don't think it's that big, break it down into small macro or micro goals. What is the goal that you have to do today to get closer towards that? Because when we can set daily goals, perhaps even weekly goals, but no more than that, towards a specific a goal that we want to achieve, we will then be more motivated because we will get the feeling of accomplishment. And nothing succeeds like success. So you successfully get this step done, the next step, the next step, the next step. And you will start to build the momentum after you accomplish each of the smaller steps towards a larger goal. So just keep in mind, approach this daily routine in the same way a professional sports player approaches training day, right? All of these things we just went over, you want to include as part of your mental training. You wake up, you think about these things, or you come home and you reflect on them. An athlete, they do the same things. They do their training, they do their workouts, they do their lifts, they do their sprints, they do their mental rehearsals, they do their energy management, they watch their self-talk. You want to do the same thing like an athlete does. So what are your goals for the day? What can you achieve when you hit each target? What do you focus on when you feel like giving up? Right? All these are important questions to ask when you have this goal that you're just being deflated about, that you're just running on three flat tires and the other one's just barely hanging on. What can you focus on? What's the smallest thing you can do right now within this next hour, or maybe within the next 6 hours or 12 hours that you can do to get closer to that goal, right? You are your biggest supporter. There's nobody out there. That's why you have to love the person in the mirror. And in order for others to believe in you, you must believe in yourself. And that was when you believe in yourself, you're going to surround yourself with empowering energy from others. So tell yourself you're worth every bit of success that comes your way, and motivate yourself and take inspired action to achieve the success that you so much deserve. If you'd like to see the show notes on this podcast, you can go over to warriormindcoach.com. While you're over there, you'll see other podcasts and blog posts about success, about mental strength. And while you're also over there, you'll be able to request a introductory breakthrough session. Since you'll be on the internet, please follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest under Warrior Mind Coach.